This week on the Island Times News Update, food trucks are a vote away from becoming a permanent fixture in Jacksonville Beach. Neptune Beach looks to evaluate the performance of its city manager, and Deck the Chairs draws an opening night crowd to Jacksonville Beach. Welcome to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. The Jacksonville Beach City Council Monday night took a first step toward making food trucks a permanent fixture in the city. The council passed on first read an ordinance that removed the sunset date from the food truck ordinance it passed on February 3rd. City Manager George Forbes said that it was his opinion that the food truck regulations were working well and that it was not necessary to wait until next April to remove the sunset date from the ordinance and make the trucks a more permanent fixture in Jacksonville Beach. Forbes said that the uncertainty of the ordinance may have been keeping more trucks from applying for permits to operate in the city, and this move would help eliminate that uncertainty. Councilman Keith Doherty said he's been somewhat disappointed in the low number of mobile food vendors that have applied for permits. Forbes said that the main complaint he has heard from the food truck operators is that they have to get a separate permit from each property owner where they wish to operate. Councilwoman Christine Hoffman said she has heard that the food truck operators sometimes have difficulty getting permission from a property owner rather than the person who leases the property on which they wish to operate. She said the number of food trucks coming to the beach is about what she expected.
We knew when we passed this it was going to be kind of a toe in the water, so I didn't expect a whole lot of food trucks to come rolling in at once. I didn't expect that anyway because, quite frankly, they have a lot better business opportunities at Hemming Plaza, at places outside of big office spaces. They were never interested in coming in here for the 2 o'clock in the morning bar crowd.
Mayor Charlie Latham said he's heard only minor complaints from brick and mortar businesses that have had issues about distances from other facilities, but the ordinance seems to be working well.
But generally speaking, I think the brick and mortar businesses have been fairly receptive to this as well. So I think we found a good spot. And your point's well taken, Chris. We can always make changes. All we're doing here is taking it out of the pilot program, putting it into a permanent basis, and then as we move forward, if there are intelligent changes or modifications we can make it better for everybody, we can do that.
Only Councilwoman Janelle Wilson voted against removing the sunset date. The council will vote on the ordinance again at its next regular meeting in December, and if it passes, food trucks will be in Jacksonville Beach to stay. Jacksonville Beach also voted to allocate an additional $83,428 to expand the scope of work of design services for the South Beach Parkway project. The project will see construction of a dedicated right turn lane, allowing traffic to move more smoothly onto J. Turner Butler Boulevard, construction of medians, striping, and other modifications in the traffic patterns in the area in anticipation of the development of the Ocean Terrace subdivision. The additional tasks include extending the right turn lane from Jacksonville Drive to Sanctuary Parkway, adding medians on South Beach Parkway with landscaping and reuse irrigation, and a southbound through lane on South Beach Parkway at Jacksonville Drive. On November 17th, the Community Redevelopment Agency adopted a resolution that would allow the additional funds to be appropriated from the South Beach Tax Increment Trust Fund. The council unanimously approved the authorization. In Neptune Beach, the City Council Monday night discussed an evaluation process for City Manager Jim Jarboe, whose contract is set to automatically renew on January 16th. Jarboe's initial 5-year contract expired in February 2009, but a clause in the document allows it to automatically renew every 180 days unless the council votes not to renew the contract. The council would have to give the city manager 180 days notice if it chose not to renew the contract. Councilor Kara Tucker said that in light of recent issues with City Clerk Lisa Volpe, it was important for the city manager to be evaluated. A clause in Jarboe's original contract called for an evaluation, but that clause was never enacted and has since expired, according to City Attorney Richard Kwiatkowski. The council can't simply subject Jarboe to an evaluation now because it is not in his contract. Councilor John Jolly said he was not in favor of requiring a formal performance evaluation of the city manager.
Look at the goals and objectives we would like him to accomplish during the year. And I agree with Jim, essentially at his rate, you're not looking at evaluation as such as you're looking at did he accomplish the goals. That's what a board of directors does. They don't evaluate him how well he does stuff. Did you accomplish the goals we set out at the beginning of the year? Either yes or no, and according to that, then they keep the person, the CEO or whatever, or they fire him.
But the rest of the council said they were in favor of a more formal evaluation process. Councilor Scott Wiley suggested that the council allow the contract to roll over for another 180 days and use that time to come up with an evaluation process to be included in a new contract. But he said there needs to be a new long-term contract rather than continuing with 180-day extensions.
We need to renew the contract. We can't keep running in 6 months. We either need to renew it or not. So if we're going to renew the contract, we need to come up with what do we want in the contract to do. One of the things is a performance evaluation. We put that in there.
The commission charged City Manager Jarboe and City Attorney Krachowski to meet and craft language for a performance evaluation to be presented at the January meeting. The Neptune Beach City Council Monday night gave conditional approval to Steve Proctor to begin construction of a new retail space in the Penman Plaza Shopping Center. Proctor had requested 9 variances to the city's zoning code in order to get the project underway. The Community Development Board recommended that the application and its variances be approved. The council approved 8 of the 9 variances without any discussion, but the 9th dealt with the size of a retention pond for control of stormwater runoff into Hopkins Creek. The city code requires that any variance lead to improvements in the stormwater and drainage. Proctor said he needed an answer quickly in order to secure the financing for the project. If the financing is delayed, Proctor said construction could not begin on the project until after the holidays, and the new store would not be completed before his lease ran out at his current location. He was planning to close his financing on Friday. The council, however, wanted the city staff to be able to go over the data provided by the engineering firm hired by Proctor to be sure the reconfigured retention pond actually presented an improvement in the drainage. They conditionally approved the variance pending the review by the city staff. No work can be done on the pond before the numbers are verified, but Proctor can move forward with his financing. Well, when we come back, a grand opening for Deck the Chairs. This is the Island Times News Update.
Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning in Atlantic Beach offers a full range of residential and commercial heating and air conditioning services, from new installation to replacement and remodeling. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning can keep your home comfortable year-round, and they offer preventive maintenance contracts to keep your system running at peak efficiency. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning is an authorized Bryant dealer and will service all brands. For year-round comfort in your home or business, contact the original Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning at 241-1788. Beaches Academy Child Care Center in Jacksonville Beach has been offering affordable, loving child care to families in the Beaches communities for 35 years. Conveniently located on Penman Road, Beaches Academy offers care for children from infants through preschool, with programs that encourage learning and outdoor play. Our affordable tuition means families can get quality child care at a price that fits their budget. Contact Beaches Academy at 246-3885 and schedule a tour of our center. Beaches Academy, the child always comes first.
Welcome back to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. The Deck the Chairs Winter Lights Festival officially opened Sunday night with the lighting of a 25-foot-tall stylized Christmas tree. More than 1,000 people were on hand at the Seawalk Pavilion and Latham Plaza for the festivities, which included the presentation of the first annual Deck the Chairs Spirit of the Corps Award to retired lifeguard Andy Altsey. While the exhibit is open, Deck the Chairs founder Curtis Loftus said there are still some finishing touches to be put on some of the displays. When it's all completed, the Deck the Chairs Nonprofit Association plans a night of music and dance at the Seawalk Pavilion on Sunday, December 14th. The event will feature a performance by Nancy Dance Studio, string quintets from the Jacksonville Symphony Orchestra and Jacksonville Symphony Youth Orchestra presented by brass, handbell choirs and choirs from several area churches, choruses from Fletcher High and Middle Schools, and of course a visit by Santa Claus. Anyone attending the event is encouraged to bring non-perishable food items to fill the gifting buckets for Beam at the base of the Deck the Chairs tree. Stocking stuffers, refreshments, and holiday treats will be available for purchase during the event as well as every weekend during the month of December. The Beaches Fine Arts Series was the recipient of this year's Beaches Watch Give Back donation, presented Wednesday night at the group's regular monthly meeting. The cultural group was nominated by Neptune Beach Mayor Harriet Pruitt. The $1,000 award was presented by Beaches Watch President Sandy Golding to Beaches Fine Arts Series Executive Director Kathy Wallace and Tracy Morris, President of the BFAS Board of Directors. The Beaches Watch annual Give Back donation supports outstanding nonprofit organizations that help enrich the quality of life of Beaches residents. The Beaches Museum and History Park is hosting a book signing event on Tuesday, December 9th from 4 till 7 p.m. Michael Osterreicher, Maggie Fitzroy, Dorothy Fletcher, Jeffrey Spear, Bill Reynolds, Curtis Loftus, and Charlie Hamaker are some of the authors who will be available to sign books and discuss their work. Admission is free and all proceeds will benefit the Beaches Museum and History Park. The museum also plans to stay open until 7 p.m. on Tuesdays through the month of December. The extra hours will allow more people to tour Holiday in the Village, the work of 22 area designers that have set up their work in the historic buildings. And Victory Casino Cruises has named Toys for Tots its monthly beneficiary for December. The company recently created a philanthropic program that enables it to raise awareness and monies for designated local charitable organizations on a monthly basis. During the month of December, Victory Casino Cruises will partner with the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots program in Jacksonville. Toys for Tots collects new unwrapped toys during October, November, and December each year and distributes those toys as Christmas gifts to less fortunate children in the community. Well, the National Weather Service says we can expect partly sunny and warm conditions through the weekend with a chance of showers on Sunday evening. Then a daily chance of rain, but only a slight chance every day through the week. The Island Times is always digital, always free at www.theislandtimes.com. Become a subscriber and get updates on news from the Beaches communities delivered right to your email box. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I'm Tom Pettin. Thanks for watching.